sisters, we need to be louder than this. Brothers and sisters, when we say everyone from the top of their voices, from the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
Come on, Birmingham, we could do better than that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Brothers and sisters, we would like to thank everyone for coming today. We really appreciate it. We would like to ask everyone to please invite your friends, invite your families, tell them to come and join us today to stand in solidarity with the rights of the Palestinians. Remember, we are here purely for the rights of the Palestinians. We are not here for ourselves. We are not here for social media. We are not here to feed our own egos. We are here to stand up for the rights of the Palestinians. So please spread the message. We are here for the Palestinians, and we want to put an end to the Israeli illegal occupation. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Brothers and sisters, look around you. See the Palestinian flags waving in the air. See the Palestinian flags hanging around everywhere. A few months ago, the UK Prime Minister stood there and said the United Kingdom stands with Israel. We are here today to say the UK stands with the Palestinians.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Louder. Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist
And
state!
brothers and
5,
sisters,
6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state!
and brothers and sisters, it's important to remember that we stand here because we are human. We understand what is going wrong. We understand what's going wrong, and we see it in the media, and we know that this is an illegal occupation. So we stand here for the rights of the Palestinians. Standing for the rights of the Palestinians does not make you a supporter of any political organization. It does not make you a terrorist for standing up for the rights of the Palestinians. So we stand here because we are human, and we stand for the rights of the Palestinians. Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
And brothers and sisters, we want to always remember that even though this is an issue happening in Palestine, imagine this was your family, your relatives, your mom, your dad, your brothers and your sisters. These are our family, the Palestinians. We feel the same pain. We understand what's going wrong, and we stand there in solidarity for the rights of the Palestinians. Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state!
And lastly, we stand here against the Israeli illegal occupation, against Zionism. This is not a Jewish issue. We do not stand here and say we have a problem with the Jewish people. We have an issue with the Israeli illegal occupation, and we need to make that clear.
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
Brothers and sisters, defending the human rights of Palestinians does not mean you are pro-Hamas. Saying free Palestine does not mean you are anti-Semitic or want all the Jews gone. Saying from the river to the sea does not make you anti-Semitic. Free Palestine means free Palestinians from the Israeli occupation that's been robbing them their basic human rights for 70 plus years. Free Palestine means stop caging 2.3 million Palestinians in the world's largest open prison, half of whom are children. Free Palestine means end the apartheid imposed by the Israeli government. Free Palestine means give the Palestinians control over the basic infrastructure of their land. So brothers and sisters, say it loud and say it proud. From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
I'm gonna say Rishi Sunak and you're gonna say shame on you. Rishi Sunak!
Shame on you.
Rishi Sunak!
Shame on you.
Rishi Sunak!
Shame on you.
Joe Biden!
Shame on you.
Joe Biden!
Shame on you.
Netanyahu!
Shame on you.
Netanyahu!
Shame on you.
Netanyahu!
Shame on you.
Rishi Sunak!
Shame on you.
Rishi Sunak!
Shame on you.
Rishi Sunak, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Rishi Sunak, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Rishi Sunak, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Birmingham, I want to be able to hear you. Birmingham, make some noise.
Free, free!
Free, free,
Palestine.
free, free.
Palestine.
Brothers and sisters, today we have the main march coming from SPARKHIll. Our brothers and sisters from Adam Rock are joining us at the back. Make some noise.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Yemen.
Long live Yemen.
Long live Yemen.
Long live Yemen.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Brothers and sisters, Yemen is the country that are stopping or trying to stop the genocide occurring in Palestine. Yemen, Yemen, make us proud. Turn another ship around. Yemen, Yemen, make us proud.
Turn another ship around.
Yemen, Yemen, make us proud.
Turn another ship around.
Yemen, Yemen, make us proud.
Turn another ship around.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Yemen. Long live Yemen.
Long live Yemen.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
And brothers and sisters, just remember, when we are calling for a ceasefire, we do not call for a 4-day ceasefire. We do not call for a temporary ceasefire. When we say ceasefire, we want a permanent ceasefire. Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! What do we want?
Ceasefire.
What do we want?
Ceasefire.
What do we want?
Ceasefire.
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
1, 2, 3, 4!
Occupation no more!
1, 2, 3, 4!
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8!
Israel is a terrorist state.
Gaza you cry.
We will never let you die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We will never let you die.
Yemen, Yemen, make us proud.
Turn another ship around.
Yemen, Yemen, make us proud.
Turn another ship around.
What do we want?
Ceasefire.
What do we want?
Ceasefire.
Loud and proud. What do we want?
Ceasefire.
When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it? What do we want?
Ceasefire.
Loud and proud. What do we want?
Ceasefire.
When do we want it?
Now.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We will never let you die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We will never let you die.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
Loud and proud. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
Brothers and sisters, Palestine has showed the world what resilience is. Yemen has showed the world what courage is. And South Africa has showed the world what justice is. Brothers and sisters, we stand here because we can see what is occurring in Palestine. For the last 70 plus years, they have been murdered simply for being Palestinian. But we say no. We say no more. Not in our name. Free, free
Palestine.
Free, free
Palestine.
Free, free
Palestine.
And brothers and sisters, it's important to remember that we will not stop resisting. We won't stop fighting. The IDF have not stopped dropping bombs upon Gaza. So we will continue to fight until the Palestinians are free. Free, free!
Palestine.
Free, free!
Palestine.
Free, free!
Palestine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
Free, free!
Palestine.
Free, free!
Palestine.
Free, free!
Palestine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror
And brothers
state.
and sisters, once again, I'd like to thank our brothers and sisters from Adam Rock who have come all the way and joined us here today. Make some noise!
Brothers and sisters, all we demand, all we ask for is peace and safety for our brothers and sisters in Palestine. And all our brothers and sisters who are suffering, going through a genocide at the moment. Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Brothers and sisters, all our leaders that stayed quiet who went against the ceasefire, shame on them! Rishi Sunak!
Shame on you!
Rishi Sunak!
Shame on you!
Rishi Sunak!
Shame on you!
Keir Starmer!
Shame on you!
Keir Starmer!
Shame on you!
Keir Starmer!
Shame on you!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
1, 2, 3, 4!
Occupation no more!
1, 2, 3, 4!
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8!
Israel is a terror state!
5, 6, 7, 8!
Israel is a terror state!
We've all seen the stories in the media. We all know they don't want us to normalize the resistance of the Palestinians. We will continue to resist.
Our next speaker is a long-term anti-racist activist from the Socialist Workers' Party, Naila Ashraf.
Hello and assalamu alaikum everybody.
Well done for coming out today. I think it's so important that we keep out on the streets fighting against the slaughter that we're seeing on our screens. Now let's be very clear. What we are seeing in Palestine didn't start on the 7th of October. This is not about a bunch of people crossing a border and attacking their innocent neighbours. This is about a group of people escaping an open-air prison and fighting back, resisting the occupation. This is what is happening in Palestine. And it's really important to say that actually there can be no peace in Palestine until there is justice for the Palestinian people. And what does that justice look like? Well, first and foremost, let's be very clear. We stand in solidarity with all those that are resisting the occupation of Palestine. But justice is about freedom for everybody that lives in Palestine. Whether it's men, women, children, whether it's Muslims, whether it's Christians, whether it's Jewish people or people of no faith. We want justice. We want a one-state solution where everybody lives in peace and equality. But we can't have justice for the Palestinian people without recognizing the many millions who left Palestine in 1948. We can only have justice for Palestine when we have the return of all the people are backing the Palestinians. So come out on the national demonstration on the 3rd of February. But also we want everybody out on the 7th of February when it will be the International Day of Action in solidarity with Palestine. If you're in a workplace, we want you to walk out. If you're in a college and a school, we want you to work out. We want to bring this country to a standstill. No peace, no justice. Thank you very much.
After Israel expelled in 1948 the majority of the Palestinians, Israel after the 7th of October legislated emergency regulation laws to stop any protest. I want to tell you that today, after the appeal of the Palestinian community inside Israel, they managed to hold a demonstration in Haifa with some anti-Zionist activists. And you know what? They only allowed 700 protesters. So we want to say, we are with you, those who protesting against the war in Gaza. This is the future that we share with you to build a society based on equal rights. Thank you, Birmingham, and in our thousands, in our million, we are all Palestinians.
Free, free! Free, free! Come on, brothers and sisters, we need to be louder than this. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Now, brothers and sisters, I've said it at the beginning, look around you, look at the Palestinian flags waving, hanging off the buildings. The UK Prime Minister said the United Kingdom stands with Israel. We say the United Kingdom stands with the Palestinians. Now, without further ado, I would like to bring on Barrister Hafiz.
Birmingham, first of all, I'd like to thank you all for being out in your thousands and millions. I want Palestinians to hear back in Gaza and to accept, to begin with, accept our heartfelt condolences. Our thoughts and prayers are with every Palestinian in Gaza. But more so, on behalf of each and every one of you here, I wish to give the Palestinians an apology to say that our government and our opposition has let you down. They do not represent the views of the citizens of Britain. We stand with Palestine. Palestinians have shown us and shown the world that they will courageously accept death, but they will not bow down to the oppression of Israel and its allies. Birmingham, whilst I stand here today, I can tell you that we are forming a team of international human rights lawyers, proper international human rights lawyers, not like Keir Starmer, who says you can stop gas, electric, water. Our team will support those British Palestinian families who deserve protection by this government so that their families are not attacked back in Gaza. We will be issuing legal proceedings against the UK government so that they are held accountable for not giving protection to British Palestinians who deserve that protection. And very finally, I say this to you, and I say this to Keir Starmer, Netanyahu, Rishi Sunak, very clearly hear us. You must be absolutely blind if you think and if you cannot see that by killing one innocent person in Gaza, you are growing thousands and millions of Palestinians across the world.
Inna thousands, inna millions.
We are all Palestinians.
Inna thousands, inna millions.
We are all Palestinians. And one final message to Keir Starmer and Rishi Sunak. 2024 is the year of election. This year, last year, you hid away from us. 4 months, you and your puppets have been hiding. When you come out knocking our doors in the election of 2024, here is the voice that you'll be hearing from every single household. How dare you knock our door?
And we can see the head.
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! In our thousands, in our millions! In our thousands, in our millions!
Brothers and sisters, please remember that this is a peaceful protest. We are here for the rights of the Palestinians. We are not here to feed our own egos. We are not here for the social media likes. We are not here for the followers. We are here because we want to put an end to the Israeli illegal occupation. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! And once again, we would like to thank the people who have marched all the way from SPARKHILL, the people who have marched all the way from Allen Rock. Make some noise! Welcoming up next to the stage, I'd like to call up Martin Hoare, President from the Birmingham Trades Union Council.
Thank you, friends. Despite the onslaught of Israel, Palestine has neither been defeated nor is it surrendered. The response of the United States and North America and its lackey to this is to be extending the conflict throughout the region. Grant Sharps is talking about a period of multiple theatres of war. We have to understand that in the United Kingdom that then means for us a period of permanent wars and permanent austerity. It is time for the people of Britain to make alliance with those in the global south who understand what North America is about, to support the struggle of the peoples fighting against war throughout the world, to support the campaign of South Africa, Indonesia, Mexico and Chile to prosecute these criminals. We must continue our struggle until Palestine is free. Solidarity.
A big thank you to Martin for doing that speech. First of all, I want to thank every single one of you, all the children that have come out today. You have made us proud.
the people that have traveled across the country. We started this march from SPARKHILL and we arrived at this final destination. You should be proud because today you have put Birmingham on the map. Can we have a big shout out for Birmingham? Lots of respect going out to each and every one of you once again. We must continue this fight. We must never stop. We must stop. We need to continue this fight as long as it takes, but we will never forget. Will we forget Birmingham? No. Will we forget Birmingham? No. A message to each and every one of you in this world. You are the voice for the Palestinians. But I promise you, when you leave this world, they will become your voice. In our thousands, in our millions. We are all Palestinians. I can't hear you, Birmingham. In our thousands, in our millions. We are all Palestinians. In our thousands, in our millions. We are all Palestinians. In our millions, in our billions. We are all Palestinians. In our millions, in our millions. We are all Palestinians. A big shout out to each and every one of you for coming out. The next speaker needs no introduction. He's a lawyer by trade, a human rights activist, and a big campaigner for the Palestine rights. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Birmingham's very own and the finest, Mr. Ahmed Yaqub. Ahmed Yaqub is the next Member of Parliament for Ladywood. From the top of your voice, Shabana Mahmood, shame on you! Shabana Mahmood, shame on you! Shabana Mahmood, shame on you! I can't hear you! Shabana Mahmood, shame on you! Shabana Mahmood, shame on you! The next Member of Parliament for Ladywood, Ahmed Yaqub!
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. First of all, I'm not worthy of the introduction that Brother Arif has given me. He has put a lot of effort in getting this protest together. And my brother Daniel over there, a lot of people, I can't mention everybody, but I am so happy to see so much people out here in this weather. Alhamdulillah, it shows that we are on the right side of history. I've not been well, I've been admitted into hospital since Monday. And on Thursday night, I was thinking, should I go to this protest or not? But when I was in pain, I don't want to go through my health complications, but alhamdulillah, I am okay. But when I was in pain, I couldn't help but think that our brothers and sisters in Gaza have no hospitals. We have access to health care. When we're ill, we can go to doctors, we can go to GPs. There was 36 hospitals before October 7th. There are none now. So if they get ill, if there are illnesses, they just have to make do with what they have. Alhamdulillah. But their resilience is strong. You people coming out here shows that the public are on the right side of history. But our leaders are not. Our leaders are more concerned with trade ships getting taken. But they are not concerned with over 30,000 people dying. They are more concerned with business, what makes them business, what makes them money, unfortunately, what lines their pockets up. That's why I have taken the step and I came out openly in public on the next day after the ceasefire when our MPs abstained, and I put myself forward as a candidate for Ladywood Ward, and inshallah I will contest. But I need support. Will you guys support me, inshallah? I need support. The public are with us. I only need the public, inshallah. I don't need no one else. There are people that will try to deviate us from the cause, but we have to be united on the cause. I am doing this for the cause and nothing else. Allahu Akbar!
Free, free! Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Brothers and sisters, we would like to remind everyone, we are here for the rights of the Palestinians again. We've seen what's been happening in the media, and we want to stand up against it. How long can this keep going on? How long can we keep watching innocent children die? How long can we keep watching homes being bombed to pieces? This cannot go on any longer. And the longer that we stay quiet, the longer this will continue. So we stand here together united as one Ummah for the rights of the Palestinians. Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
1, 2, 3, 4,
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our MPs voted against the ceasefire. So we are here to stand and say the community stands with Palestine, and we will not elect you. We will not choose to vote for you until you stand with the rights of the Palestinians. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Brothers and sisters, wave your flags and your placards in the air. Make some noise!
Our next speaker is a national officer of Stop the War Coalition, a long-standing activist in support of Palestine. Warm welcome, please, for John Rees.
I want to talk about one single bombing raid. It lasted 11 hours. When it was over, 568 people were dead. 250,000 square feet of the town were destroyed. Hospitals and schools and 40 places of worship had been destroyed. It was not Gaza. It was not today. That was Coventry, destroyed by the Luftwaffe on the 14th of November 1940. And everybody knows, especially in this part of the world, everybody knows that was a war crime. But if that was a war crime on one night, how much bigger is the war crime of over 100 days of destruction and bombing in Gaza? And that was not done by somebody else. That was done with the full support of this government and the United States government, and they are guilty of war crimes. Now, it's no surprise that with one of the most powerful, best equipped militaries in the world, that Israel can rain destruction on Gaza. But if it's winning the war, it's losing the war of public opinion. Because when you start lecturing the South Africans about apartheid, when you start telling the South Africans that they know less about racism than you do, you are losing the argument among global public opinion. And we have to be absolutely clear that every demonstration, every act of solidarity can be seen in Palestine. It keeps the resistance going, and that's our business here. Solidarity with the Palestinians fighting back. And we have to tell our politicians absolutely clearly, if you do not get the message about Palestine, you will not be getting our vote at the next general election. And the reason is this, because the Palestinian people are us. Because the government, remember, 2 unelected prime ministers ago, the prime minister of this country said, let the bodies pile high. Now, he wasn't talking about Palestinians, although he could have been. He was talking about us, about ordinary working people in this country. And the truth of the matter is, unless you're rich and powerful. They don't care about you, whether you're a Palestinian or a working person here.
Inna thousands, inna millions.
We are all Palestinians.
Inna thousands, inna millions.
We are all Palestinians.
What do we want? What do we want? When do we want it? When do we want it? Free, free.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. And when we say Israel is a terrorist state, we are not scared to call out their war crimes. This is an illegal occupation. They are the oppressors. They are the bullies. Therefore, Israel is a terrorist state. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
And without further ado, I'd like to call up the chair of the National Palestinian Solidarity Campaign, Kamal Hawash.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. I'm just going to say a message in Arabic to our Palestinian brothers and sisters. إخوتي وأخواتي في فلسطين وبالذات في غزة، نرسل لكم من هنا من سانت مارتن سكوير في مدينة برمنغهام رسالة تضامن ودعم، ونعدكم أننا سنستمر في دعم الفلسطينيين حتى تحرير فلسطين. I'm really proud to be standing in front of you here as the chair of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign, one of the key organizers of the marches in London. West Midland Palestine Solidarity Campaign is a key organizer here. But I'm even prouder to tell you that I am from Jerusalem, the capital of Palestine. We have all seen the death and the destruction that terrorist state Israel is heaping on the Palestinian people. That has got to stop, and there is no excuse for there not being a ceasefire. And what these people who make decisions on our behalf, Rishi Sunak and others, cannot understand is when there's a ceasefire, it stops everyone dying, whether they are Palestinian or whether they are Israeli or from any other country. So it's extremely important that we have that. They haven't come up with the goods. I am delighted that South Africa has taken Israel to the International Court of Justice. And I want an even bigger cheer for South Africa. Thank you, South Africa. You know what apartheid looks like. You know what oppression looks like. And you have come to stand with the Palestinian people to end that. What I will end on now are two things. One, a big message of support to the Palestinian journalists in Gaza. Because where have you got your news from? It wasn't from the BBC, wasn't from Sky, it was from organizations like Al Jazeera. One of their key reporters from Gaza is called Wa'il Ad-Dahdur. And I want to pay tribute to Wa'il because, as you know, not only is he an amazing reporter, but what a human being he is. What a resilient Palestinian he is. He lost so many members of his family, including through the targeting, and I say it, targeting of his family in Gaza, and especially his son, eldest son, who was also a journalist who was killed. So we say to you, Wa'il, we stand with you completely, and we hope you return to Gaza very soon. I will end on this. We had 7 massive marches in London, which I attended. But this is a sight I never thought I would see in my city, in Birmingham. Thank you, Birmingham, for providing us with the largest demonstration and march. Thank you to the people in Alum Rock and the park we came from, SPARKHILL, because they are out there, particularly I know in Al Rock, every week, standing with the Palestinian people. We promise to stand with the Palestinian people until liberation. Thank you.
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Birmingham, I can't hear you! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Free, free! Free, free!
Next up, I'd like to call a brother who does so much work around London, around the whole of the United Kingdom. We see him on the big million marches. Next up, I'd like to call up Brother Samuel from Friends of Al-Aqsa.
Birmingham, make some noise! Our noise is our anger. Our noise is our frustration of our parliamentarians not listening. Our noise is our hurt. Birmingham, make some noise! We must continue our campaigning. The demonstrations are fantastic. This demonstration is fantastic. You, every single one of you, is fantastic. But we need to continue to campaign, continue to mobilize, continue to hold power to account. There is no better way than under 50 days. Ramadan is coming. During Ramadan, many Muslims will break their fast unknowingly with Israeli dates. So we must all check the label. Boycott Israeli dates. This Ramadan, we check the label and boycott Israeli dates. Question, Birmingham, are you listening? What do we do?
Boycott everything!
What do we do? Check the label, eh? What do we do?
Check the label!
What do we do? What do we do? All we do, go to shop, pick it up. Where it's from, check the label. It's from Israel, put it down. Because we're gonna boycott Israeli dates. In Birmingham, there should not be anyone breaking their fast with Israeli dates. Is that correct? Can we all ensure we spread the message to make sure every shopkeeper, you know what, tell them, do not stock Israeli dates. Every consumer, tell them, check the label, boycott Israeli dates. That's all I want to say. One practical step. We want to make sure by the end of Ramadan, every Israeli date is left on the shelves across the shops of Birmingham. Can we do that? Birmingham, can we do that? How are we going to do that? Boycott Israeli dates together. 3, 2, 1. Boycott. Boycott. That's it. Free, free. Free, free. And one last thing, I lied. One last thing. You know what? We've heard that many speakers say about the general election coming through. It's true. Our call is clear. If your MP did not vote for a ceasefire, they do not get our vote. No ceasefire! No ceasefire! No ceasefire! And that can't be empty slogans. So we must go into our communities, make sure we're registered to vote, make sure we campaign. Don't just talk the talk, walk the talk. Birmingham, much love. Thank you very much.
Is speaking on behalf of one of the organisations that's been responsible for organising this protest. Very warm welcome to Musrat Dar from West Midlands Palestine Solidarity Campaign.
On behalf of West Midlands Palestinian Solidarity Campaign, I salute you. You heard the cries of the Palestinian people and you rose like lions. You have marched and protested. You have disrupted and occupied. You have striked and boycotted. When they tried to plunge Palestine into darkness and tried to silence them, you became the light and you became their voice. When Birmingham City Council raised the flag of the settler colonial apartheid oppressor, you responded by raising the Palestinian flag from every corner of our city. And oh, what a beautiful sight it was, seeing Palestinian flags flying high in our city. And in your thousands and in your millions, you became Palestinians. As Muslims, as Christians and Jews and people of no faith, you marched together and continued to show extraordinary solidarity and humanity. But sisters and brothers, the blood of 24,000 Palestinians cannot be in vain. It is too much of a heavy price to pay, only to be occupied again. So I want you to join me today to pledge your support to fight for the liberation of Palestine until victory. So repeat after me, loudly, so our Palestinian sisters and brothers hear our solidarity. Say, I pledge to fight for the liberation of Palestine until victory. Again, I pledge to fight for the liberation of Palestine until victory. Now is the time to hold our politicians to account. Now is the time to boycott. Now is the time to speak up. Now is the time to take action. Brothers and sisters, the Palestinians have shown us what bravery, resilience and resistance looks like. Be inspired. Let's march together until freedom. Tahir, Palestine, long live Palestine, long live Yemen, long live South Africa, long live the resistance. Free, 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 free.
Our next speaker is a very prominent Birmingham anti-war activist and patron of Stop the War. Incredibly warm welcome for Salma Yaqub.
Thank you first of all to each and every one of you for coming here today. This is Birmingham's biggest protest ever. Your presence, your humanity, your refusal to look the other way is hugely important to the Palestinian struggle. The Israeli government is terrified of the huge mobilizations that are taking place not just in this country but around the world. Its famous Hasbara, the propaganda lies over decades, are no longer effective. Millions cannot unsee the horrific violence of the last 3 months. That's why we're here today to say to our government, which continues to give political and military cover to Israel, no to genocide in our name, no to using our taxes to arm an apartheid and genocidal regime, and to demand a ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. The UK government stance of supporting Israel has not just aided the attacks on innocent Palestinians, but poisoned democracy and cohesion right here at home. We've seen the attempts to ban non-violent boycotts, cause division and fear by calling our peace marches hate marches, and a smear on all of those daring to stand with Palestinians as being anti-Semites. We are anti-racists. We are humanitarians. You are the warmongers. In the United Kingdom, we heard just this week how the government hid from Parliament its own Foreign Office assessment, and I quote directly here, that the volume of strikes, total death toll, as well as proportion of those who are children, raise serious concerns. But a government minister, a Birmingham Tory MP, gave assurances that Israel was complying with international law. A clear misleading of Parliament. Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Shame on you!
And the Labour Party's leadership support of Israel also exposed the gap between what people want and the stances of their so-called representatives. And it's particularly shocking that in a peace-loving city like Birmingham, with a fantastic anti-war record, whether it was against the war in Iraq by the United States and America and the United Kingdom, or the Saudi government against Yemen, yet here in Birmingham we have MPs who refused to vote for a ceasefire. Shame on them! Shame on them! Shame on them!
Shame on them!
But the arrogance and the overreach of Israel and its allies have ensured that just like South Africa, where the struggle of its people, supported by the international solidarity movement, guaranteed that its apartheid days were numbered, so too are Israel's apartheid days numbered. And let me be clear, this is not about reducing the rights of Jewish people in Israel. It's about ensuring equal rights for Palestinians. The Palestinian cause is not one of hatred. It's one of humanity. It's one of peace. It's one of justice. It's one of dignity and freedom. And it's not a selfish cause like Zionism, where the lives of supremacist oppressors are more valuable than those that they oppress. Where peaceful coexistence as equals is never the goal, and where the burying alive of children under rubble is justified. So I want to tell everybody here, we will not forgive, we will not forget those people who refused to support a ceasefire when they had the opportunity to do so. And just as we are using our wallets and our time and our voices to say boycott Israeli goods, boycott the Israeli regime, I stand here today to say we will never vote for those who opposed a ceasefire. No vote, no ceasefire. No vote, no ceasefire. No ceasefire, no vote. No ceasefire, no vote. No ceasefire, no vote. Free Palestine!
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free!
I'd like to thank Salma Yaqub for coming to the stage and coming and talking about the Palestinian cause. Everyone make some noise! Now, brothers and sisters, the moment that you've been waiting for, our guest speaker coming to the stage. Oh, Jeremy Corbyn! Oh, Jeremy Corbyn! Oh, Jeremy Corbyn!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Birmingham, for turning out such a fantastic rally here today. And thank you, Birmingham, for all the other rallies over all the years. I was here with rallies against the Iraq War, rallies and meetings for peace. Birmingham has that fantastic tradition, and it's here again today, right in the centre. And that message will go to people all over the world. And a special thank you to all those that have put so much energy and effort into organising today's event. on a cold day, turning out thousands of people to show our solidarity with the victims of this appalling conflict. And a special thank you to Alan Rock for standing up every week, demanding a ceasefire and joining in the march here today. It's almost unconscionable to even think about what we're witnessing in Gaza. All of us, we wake up in the morning, you go to your phone, you go to your computer, you go to your television, you turn on Al Jazeera, or you look at social media messages, and it's almost become normal to read how many children were killed last night, how many homes were destroyed, and then the news moves on to something else. It's almost as though it's become normalized. Well, 70% of all homes in Gaza have been destroyed. Every school has been either destroyed or damaged. Every hospital is either completely out of action or trying to survive with insufficient medicines, insufficient bandages, no anaesthetic, nothing to clean wounds with. And I've met doctors who've come back, who've told me with tears in their eyes, all they could do to clean a wound was wipe it with vinegar because that's all they could find. And another doctor telling me that he'd performed a successful operation in the sense that the operation had been completed. It was an amputation he was forced to do, and the patient died from a heart attack from the unbelievable level of pain associated with it. The bravery of the medical workers who've tried to carry on treating the desperately ill and wounded whilst under bombardment at the same time. Our hearts, our thanks go out to all of the medical workers for the heroism they performed during all of this. And then, even when medical aid or other aid is able to get into Gaza, it's bombed on the way in. And the lack of food, the lack of water, the lack of sanitation, and the lies that have been told continuously by Israel about safety. Think about this. After the awful days of October the 7th, they told people to move to the south of the Gaza Strip. Now, I've been many times in the Gaza Strip. I know how small it is. I know how difficult people's lives are. They went to the south believing they were in a place of safety and then got bombed while they were trying to hide for safety in a hospital. And there are now 1 million people and more corralled around the Rafah crossing, hoping one day to get to a place of safety, but under bombardment. And some days, as many people die from diarrhea, from wholly preventable conditions, dehydration, hunger, and lack of medicines to deal with wholly preventable conditions. They are dying because of the ongoing siege of Gaza and now the destruction of life by overall bombardment of people. And so this is, by any stretch of the imagination, a war crime that is going on. And so we have to speak up against what's going on, however long it takes, however cold and wet the days are here. The people of Gaza, and indeed those under siege in the West Bank, say to me, please raise your voice as loud and long as necessary. It gives us help, it gives us hope, and it gives us heart. And so we've got to carry on doing that. Now, last week I went to The Hague to support the South African case that was taken to the International Court of Justice. And there was some very poignant, synergetic moments there. As one who, like I'm sure many in this crowd of older people, campaigned against apartheid in South Africa and the racist regime, condemned the British government for its support for the apartheid regime, and carried on with those campaigns for years. But the real end of apartheid came because of the bravery of the black South African people in Soweto and their supporters around the world. So there was something very poignant about South Africa taking the case to the International Court of Justice. It's a very small gallery to watch the proceedings. There were less than 30 people allowed in it, and I'm forever grateful that I was one of those that was allowed in to witness the proceedings. I was invited by the South Africans to go, and I heard the case being put with unbelievable brilliance. This logic, clear argument that was put, claiming correctly, I believe, that Israel was guilty of an act of genocide in its treatment of the Palestinian people of Gaza. Now, calling out genocide is not a simple basis, and it shouldn't be done loosely. It has to be an act of collective punishment against a people. It has to be a denigration of people, and it has to be an intention to continue that. So they quoted what Benjamin Netanyahu had said. They quoted what the president had said. They quoted what IDF senior commanders had said in the driving of people to the south, in the destruction of life, in the destruction of schools. And they put the case very, very well indeed. I don't know what the result will be, but I do know that the support that South Africa received from Brazil, from Colombia, from Chile, from Mexico, from the League of Arab States and so many others matters and is important. And when I asked the British government if they would support South Africa's application to the ICJ, they said it was a case without merit. At that time, South Africa had not even published the legal arguments they were about to make. That is the contempt the British government shows for those of us that are standing up with the Palestinian people. 30,000 already dead. 30,000 lives already lost. And when the rubble is cleared, goodness knows how many more bodies are going to be found. Goodness knows if the Palestinian people will even be able to remain in Gaza and not be driven into the Sinai, where a new Gaza Strip will be created, a new encirclement, a new impoverishment, a new destruction. The Palestinian people must never be left alone. That is why we are here today. And that is why there are demonstrations all over the world. And we should also, if I may say so, bear a thought those in the past that have paid the ultimate price for standing up for the Palestinians. I'm thinking of a young British photographer who was killed 20 years ago last week. Tom Herndl. He was killed saving children's lives as the Israeli Defense Force was destroying their homes in Rafah all those years ago. He died. He should not be forgotten. Any more than Shireen Abu Akleh, the wonderful journalist from Al Jazeera, should never be forgotten. Any more than the 80 journalists that have already been killed should never be forgotten. But we should also remember that there are very brave people in very difficult circumstances who do speak out and suffer a great deal as a result. I was talking yesterday to my friend Ofer Kassim, who's a member of the Knesset in Israel. He's now being threatened with criminal action taken by the Israeli state for defending a Palestinian village in Hebron and for signing a public statement in support of South Africa's application against Israel. He is a very brave man. We stand with him and all those other brave people all over the world who are speaking up for the Palestinian people. And the cases that are now coming up to the International Criminal Court will have massive significance against individual commanders and others in Israel. I don't want to go on too long. I just want to say this about Britain and the British government. The British government's view in all this has been, one, that they will not call for a ceasefire. They either support the United States and its veto at the UN, or they say nothing. And they won't answer questions about the reality of either the destruction of life in Gaza or the advice they've received from their own officials of what is going on. Full praise to Zara Sultana MP for exposing what they've done there. Full praise to her for doing all of that. And when we've called for a ceasefire in the British Parliament, as we have, and 125 MPs voted for it, I listened to the cynical triangulation conversations going on all around me, people saying, well, I'm under a bit of pressure from the constituency, but it's all right, I can cope, I'll abstain on this. How can you ever abstain on the question of a ceasefire call? I will continue calling for a ceasefire as long as it takes. As long as it takes, we will do that. I just leave you with this thought. Tens of thousands of us have come out onto the streets all over this country and indeed all over the world. The mainstream media is not reporting it. There's a kind of parallel universe going on. The majority of people are appalled at what's going on and support the Palestinians. We've come together because we want to live in a country that speaks up for justice, for peace, for human rights. We want to live in a country that funds its health service properly, its housing properly, and gives young people not a life of debt, but a life of opportunity. And at the moment, we're heading on into another war. Bombing of Yemen, what's going on in Lebanon, the Navy in the Mediterranean, British vessels in the Red Sea, and so on. Yet another war coming. And arguments to raise defence expenditure 2% of GDP, 2.5%, 3%, and going on, whilst all our public services are underfunded. Fundamentally, at the centre of the whole search for peace across the whole region is the injustice that's been done to the Palestinian people for the past 75 years. So let us send this message out. We've come together. We've come together as people wanting to live in a decent society, a free society, where our human rights are not trampled on, our public service is not underfunded. And we want a government and MPs that will speak out for peace in the world, deal with the issues of environmental destruction and inequality across the globe, not go to war yet again. That's why we're here with the Palestinian people. They stand for peace, we stand for peace. That is what unites us. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Birmingham, make some noise for our national hero, Jeremy Corbyn! Our national hero! Let the UK government see a man of principle, a man of dignity. Let Keir Starmer see that this is a man of principle, a man of dignity, a man that the United Kingdom stands for. Make some noise for Jeremy Corbyn!
Ladies and gentlemen, can you show your appreciation for Jeremy Corbyn? Once again, Birmingham, you have made us proud. Can you please show your appreciation for Jeremy Corbyn? We love you, Jeremy. We do. We love you, Jeremy. We do. We love you, Jeremy. We do. Oh, Jeremy Corbyn, we love you. I also want to say our national hero has represented and come to Birmingham to represent the Palestinian people. I would urge Jeremy Corbyn to form a new political party. Birmingham, do you want a new political party? Do you want Jeremy Corbyn as your leader? Do you want Jeremy Corbyn as your leader? Do you want him to be the voice for Palestine? Birmingham, make some noise for Jeremy Corbyn! Free, free! Free, free! Anybody here from Birmingham? Is anybody here for Palestine? We want to thank each and every one of you for coming out today and making Birmingham proud. So please, a round of applause for each and every one of you. Whoa! We mustn't forget the two heroes, two nations, we mustn't forget. Can we please big up Yemen? Can we have a big shout out for Yemen? Can we also have a big shout out for South Africa? Can we also remember South Africa? You must never forget the elections that are coming. You have a right to vote. This is your democratic right. This is your vote. In 2024, you must be the voice for Palestine. Brothers and sisters, I would like to welcome a strong advocate for Palestine, one of our heroes who's a strong voice, Birmingham's very own, from Handsworth, Claire Short.
Thank you, everyone. It's good to be here with you. I admire you all for being here on such a cold day, because you know what is happening in Gaza is slaughter and genocide on the television every day. And if this is an issue that will divide people across the world forever, this is a line in the sand. Which side are you on? Do you defend the indefensible, or do you stand with the Palestinians? I want to say also that there are lots of people that don't come out on the demonstrations, but that agree with you. And we have to get them to be active, to be sending emails every day, every week, to whoever their local representative is, to show them how angry they are. Because even when we get the ceasefire, and it will come, and God help the people of Gaza when we see the rubble that is left to them, there'll have to be a rebuilding. But things are not over. We have to stand together with the Palestinians until they have freedom and dignity. So this isn't a short-term thing. We want the ceasefire, but then, you know, this has been going on since 1948, the killing, the taking of land from the Palestinians, crushing, killing, destroying. And we all have to say, when we get the ceasefire, we're still going to be here. And we're going to stand with them until they have their dignity and their full equality. Because, you know, I've got some messages for the powers that be in our country and in America. There's an easy way to stop the Houthi bombing of the ships in the Red Sea. It's called a ceasefire. We're told that the Americans are really worried about the conflict spreading across the Middle East. Well, there's a really easy way to stop the conflict spreading across the Middle East. It's called a ceasefire. Yes. So you are the people that are standing up for international law, for peace, for justice, and they are lying to their own people and to us. Israel, who early on said, we're cutting off access to water and food, remember? They're now saying they're in full compliance with international law. Why are they saying that? Because they're scared of the South African case. We should all be so proud of South Africa. And you remember Nelson Mandela said, South Africa will not be truly free until the Palestinians are free. So South Africa standing with Palestine is a long-standing issue. And of course, in the days of apartheid, the Israeli state supported the apartheid state. And anyone who wants to see the real history and how long it's gone on, read the South African proposal to the International Court of Justice. It's a superb piece of work, a very serious submission. So I'm going to stop. You are cold. My two big messages are, one, we'll get the ceasefire. It should have happened before now, but it doesn't end then. We have to stay together and be determined until Palestinians have dignity and peace and justice in their lands. And my second big message is that the UK, the EU, the USA, Canada, Australia, all of them who are supporting Israel are supporting genocide. And it's very easy to stop it. You just stop selling arms to Israel, stop giving money to Israel, stop vetoing resolutions in the Security Council that criticize Israel. It is in the hands and the power of all our states to stop this. And we have to keep on and on and on until it's done. Thank you all. Congratulations for being here.
It's my great pleasure to announce our next speaker. He's been a long-standing supporter of the actions that we take at our local Israeli arms factory. 30 minutes down the road in Shenstone, just outside of Lichfield, is an arms factory manufacturing the engines for drones. Every single month we blockade that factory, and Palestine Action have shut that factory down over 12 times. So again, it is my great pleasure to introduce British Iraqi rapper and activist Loki.
Thank you so much. Let's be clear. They've bombed hospitals, schools, universities, but Gaza still stands. They've killed teachers, ambulance workers, journalists, people, but Gaza still stands. They bring genocide Joe Biden. They bring Rishi Sunak. They bring the F-16s and the F-35s, but Gaza still stands. We tell them clearly, when you're fighting with Gaza, you're fighting with us. When you're fighting with Gaza, you're fighting with Birmingham. When you're fighting with Gaza, you're fighting with South Lebanon. When you're fighting with Gaza, you're fighting with Yemen. And when you're fighting with Gaza, you're fighting with South Africa. And let me say something to the heroic South African legal team. We commend you on bringing Israel to The Hague. But you know who should follow them? You know who should follow them? Rishi Sunak, David Cameron and the British government. When I first set foot into Gaza and kissed the soil, it was with Viva Palestina and George Galloway. George Galloway broke the siege of Gaza 2 separate times, in spite of the British and Israeli government trying to break him. Make no mistake about it, this is a target population here in this country. That is the reason the British government is banning non-violent groups, is prescribing non-violent groups. That is the reason
that the British government is trying to police what you can and you can't have on your banners that you hold up in the sky. But let's be very clear. The killers of the Palestinians will never define the shape of resistance to what Israel does. When I see the hand of the British government pointing at me, all I see is the blood dripping from the end of that finger. Britain is sending spy flights over the top of Gaza, 50 surveillance flights of the R1 shadow planes over the top of Gaza since December on a daily basis. They are assisting with Israel's military campaign in Gaza. The F-16 that Israel has used to bomb all manner of civilian sites in Gaza contains components that come from British companies in this country. The F-35 that Israel is using to attack Gaza contains components of 100 different companies that operate in Britain. Let them hear you in Parliament, let them hear you. Shame on you, let them hear you.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Even when they tell us that 2 Palestinian women were sniped and killed in a church in Gaza, we have to remember that Britain has not only sold sniper rifles to Israel, it sold components to sniper rifles to the Israelis. What we also know is that the foreign minister, David Cameron, on the 10th of December, okayed arms sales to Israel.
Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
Britain is a direct participant in this war against the people of Gaza and the people of the region. Now for this song, I want the assistance of the next generation of those that will fight for Palestine in this country. Please make some noise for the 11-year-old Khadija who's going to help me with this.
Birmingham, can you make some noise for Khadija?
Now,
can you give a shout out to all the children here for Palestine?
This is called Long Live Palestine, and when I say Long Live Palestine, I want everybody from the front to the back to scream back at me the words, Long Live Gaza. Are you with me? Let's give it a try. Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Let's go. This is for Palestine. West Bank.
Gaza.
This is for the child that is searching for an answer. Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter. Long live Palestine.
Long live Gaza.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Gaza.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Gaza.
Palestine. Ramallah. West Bank.
Gaza.
This is for the child
that is searching for an answer. I wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter. Long live Palestine. Long live Gaza.
Long live Palestine!
Long live Gaza!
While we listen to tunes made by ignorant fools, Israel blocked the UN from
delivering food.
They bring in the troops, we won't even glimpse of the news, make money.
Of the products that we are quick to consume.
This is not simply a question of differing views. Forget emotions, this is facts. What I spit is the truth. Makes no difference if you're a Christian or if you're a Jew. It's just people living in different conditions to you. They still die when you bomb their schools, mosques and hospitals. It's not because of rockets, please God, can you stop this all? I'm not related to the strangers on the TV, but I relate, cause those strangers could have been me. Words can never ever explain the raw tragedy. It's not a war, they're just murdering more rapidly, and we are automatically supporting pure savagery. Imagine how you feel if this was your family. For Palestine, Ramallah, West Bank,
Gaza.
This is for the child that is
searching for an answer.
Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter.
Long live Palestine. Long live Gaza.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Gaza.
Palestine, Ramallah, West Bank.
Gaza.
This is for the child that
searching for an answer.
Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter.
Long live Palestine! Long live Gaza!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Gaza!
If Ibrahim Abu Thuraya could resist without a wheelchair, 10-year challenge. Tell Regev we are still here. And tell that killer Netanyahu he should feel fear. The old live through us, guarantee the children will care. Criminal, not invincible and you know it. Sarmadoon, still sitting in their stoic. You may not feel us with you when you listen to our poems. You inspire humanity. Your resistance is heroic regardless of talk. It is time we answer the call. Through your strength of spirit you provide example for all. This is for Palestine, Ramallah, West Bank, Gaza. This is for the child that is
searching for an answer.
Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter.
Long live Palestine! Long live Gaza!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Gaza!
Palestine, Ramallah.
West Bank, Gaza.
This is for the child
that is searching for an answer. Wish I could take your tears and place them with laughter. Long live Palestine! Long live Gaza!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Gaza!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Gaza!
Thank you very much. Peace and love.
Can you show your appreciation for Loki? Ladies and gentlemen, can you please show your appreciation for Loki? And also for the 11-year-old activist Khadija. And also, can you please have a big, massive shout out to all the children in the crowd? Once again, big shout out going out to all the children.
From the river to the sea. Brothers and sisters, I can't hear you. From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We'll never let you die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We will never let you die.
I would like now to introduce the Deputy Leader of Green Party, Zach Polonsky.
Thank you. Friends, I wish you could see what I'm seeing. Thousands of people as far as the eye can see. Flags, people who are here for human rights, social justice, and for Palestine. Give it up for yourselves! We can't take it anymore when we see on the screens the massacre, the deaths, the brutality of this far-right Israeli government. It is heartbreaking, but what we are feeling pales in comparison to the daily existence of the Palestinians, to their hourly existence, to every single moment. And I'm proud to be deputy leader of a party that are saying we need a ceasefire now and we need to end the illegal occupation. We stand in solidarity with the Palestinians. Benjamin Netanyahu and his far-right government are out of control. Even his own defense minister has said he has lost the trust of the Israeli people. But right here in the UK, we know we stand shoulder to shoulder with innocent people. We will not let them divide us. We stand in solidarity with our communities. And whether today in Birmingham, in Manchester, in Bradford, where I'm elected in London, we stand in solidarity with Palestine. And finally, I want to tell you what gives me hope. I know there's no environmental justice without social, racial, and economic justice too. The Green Party are proud to talk about how these things are connected. And I want to thank every single one of you, whether you have written to your councillor, your MP, or you have told Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer that this is not in our name. Keep standing, keep speaking out for Palestine. Our cause is just, our cause is united. The British people will stand with Palestine and we will have justice. What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Thank you. Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Brothers and sisters, it's an honor for me to announce the next guest is our local elected member who was the only one who was spoke in favor of Palestine, and he was attacked by our Labour cronies who've been stayed gagged and stayed silent. Labour, shame on you!
Shame on you, Labour!
Labour Party!
Shame on you!
Labour Party!
Shame on you!
Keir Starmer!
Shame on you!
Keir Starmer!
Shame on you!
I'd like to announce Barrister Ayub.
Yes!
Brothers and sisters in humanity, this is not about race, religion or creed. It's about humanity, and we stand in solidarity with the Palestinians because it's the right thing to do, it's a just thing to do, and you have turned out in your thousands in this cold weather in support of the Palestinians. We want them to know that people like you are standing with them across the whole globe. I would like to express my gratitude. I express gratitude to the brothers and sisters who have in particular in the area of Arab Rock, how protest every week with the so I can treat all of these patients. 2 weeks later, an Israeli tank shell was fired in a safe zone and she was killed. She was killed. It's not just a number. It's a story. It's a story. It was a desire. It was a dream that was all taken away in a matter of seconds. And it's a shame on this government, shame on the opposition for allowing these atrocities to take place. Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Our next speaker speaker is Peter Jackson from the Public and Communication Services Union. Warm welcome to Peter.
I bring solidarity from the PCS Union, our 190,000 members, and I'm really very proud to be on this demonstration today. I work in SPARKHIll. We came out of our office in lunchtime to watch the demonstration. It was very slow. Marching over the hill, marching down the hill, all the way down to Aldi, and from Aldi to the top of the hill in SPARKHIll, there was nothing but PCS flags, Palestine flags, and it was a pleasure to see. We were proud to be there watching the march and then to join the march and be here today. My union has a long history of standing with the people of Palestine. We're affiliated to the Palestine Solidarity Campaign. We're affiliated to Stop the War Coalition. In November of last year, after the beginning of this disgusting massacre, our union voted a £10,000 donation to Palestine Solidarity Campaign because we know how much work goes into building these demonstrations. I'm not going to speak for very long because I don't know about you, but I'm cold. I want to talk about one particular date that's coming up. The 7th of February, Wednesday the 7th of February. Stop the War Coalition has called for a workplace day of action over Palestine. In the industry I work in, we are told we're not allowed to talk about Palestine in work. When we were told we weren't allowed to talk about Palestine in work, we talked about Palestine outside work. We gathered outside work with our PCS flags, with the Palestine flags, and we showed we will not be silenced. We need to stand up for the people of Palestine. On the 7th of February, Stop the War has called for a day of action. We need to see every workplace, every college, every school, a protest outside at lunchtime. Let's make sure this city is flying the flag everywhere that we possibly can. I'm just going to end by saying what everyone else has said. Free Palestine!
Brothers and sisters, from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Yemen, Yemen, make us proud.
Turn another ship around.
Yemen, Yemen, make us proud.
Turn another ship around.
Loud and proud. Yemen, Yemen, make us proud.
Turn another ship around.
I would like to now introduce Wana Shaman Nazir, the British Kashmiri Women Council.
Birmingham, what a fantastic turnout! And I'd like to salute Stop the War for giving us this platform. Today we gather in solidarity. The world witnessed a symphony of silence as lives were lost, haunted by the echoes of a brutal genocide claiming over 30,000 innocent lives in Gaza. A chilling reminder that the world stood silent in the face of unspeakable. Kashmiri, I know what it is like to live in occupied and watch genocide. A plea for an interim order to halt the genocide fell on deaf ears as Israel, the USA and the UK escalated the catastrophic environment. The so-called guardians of the Security Council, the USA and its allies, turned a blind eye to the cries of the defenseless. The earth, the sky and the global community will forever bear witness to this tragedy. The proclaimed defenders of democracy and the owners of the Security Council are complicit in this genocide. These perpetrators, shielded by the cloak of supposed defenders of democracy, have stained our conscience with bloodshed. The fact that we are gathered here at rallies and protests like this bears testimony to the fact that innocent, defenseless lives don't matter. The world is split between USA and their allies, who have crafted a self-serving global order that has forever granted them impunity, whatever their crimes. From Gaza to Kashmir to Syria to Yemen, and an endless list for those who paid the price for this arrangement. Despite clear evidence against Israel, the International Court of Justice may take years to reach a verdict, and by then the Palestinian population may vanish. The blood of millions of people from around the globe, from Gaza to Kashmir to Yemen, is on the hands of these easy. It's time to Article 6 urgently and restructure the council. The true champions of democracy, South Africa, should take their seats, bringing justice to the forefront. We do not have a place for these evil villains in this world. We cannot allow murderers and genocide supporters to control the Security Council. We stand united to demand justice, to break the chains of silence, and to forge a world where humanity prevails over power. We stand as one voice against oppression, division, injustice, and genocide. We stand united. Freedom for all. In our millions, in our billions, we are all Palestinians.
In our hundreds, in our thousands, we are all Palestinians. In our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. In our millions, in our billions, we are all Palestinians. Free, 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 Palestine. Free, free. Palestine. What do we want? What do we want? When do we want it? When do we want it? I can't hear you, Birmingham. Free, free! Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! As a fellow Birmingham citizen, it is absolutely heartwarming to see the whole of Birmingham plastered with the flag of Palestine. Fantastic! I hope the speeches have kept you warm. We've only got another 15-20 minutes. Stay true and stay strong for the people of Palestine. You know, over 14 weeks now, they say there is no genocide. There is no ethnic cleansing. Over 30,000 Palestinians have been killed, brutally murdered by the missiles of Israel, supplied by the UK, by the United States. Shame on you! 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 Joe Biden!